What's up, all you mentees? This is the Uncanny Omar from Near Mint Condition. New year, new list. That's right. Today I'm going to be talking about my most anticipated collected editions coming out in 2021. I realize we don't have the full year. We don't have anything in the fourth quarter yet, but these are books that are already solicited in the catalog and ready to come out this year in 2021. So let's take a look. Now, before we get started, please hit that like button and please subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. It does help promote our video and it helps our channel keep growing. So thank you all that have already done that. We can be found on Patreon. It's an amazing way to support this channel, and thank you to our existing patrons for making videos like this possible. It helps us find equipment, buy equipment, and things like that, making our videos look prettier, if you will. Now, the other thing I was going to mention is this is just my list. I was going to do a top 10, then that became a top 20. Then I said, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to not limit myself to top 10 and top 20. I did top 10 last year, and I wish I had done more. So these are collected editions, whether they're manga, whether they're epic collections, whether they're absolute editions, omnibus editions, deluxe hardcovers, library editions, softcover omnibus, compendiums, whatever it is, they're on this list. And so I would like to know what you're excited for this year. And again, this is not everything because this is just from January all the way up until August. We'll have some things in September, and the fourth quarter is yet to come, so we don't know exactly what's on there, with the exception of some things that I know from Marvel, but I can't say anything yet. So if you haven't subscribed, that's why you subscribe, so I could give you the breaking news. All right. And one more small thing before we get started. I do my top 10 most anticipated essential buys or my recommended buys to you all every month. So some of these will probably show up. Okay, most of these will probably show up when I do those every month, for the month of February, for the month of March. So keep that in mind. You'll probably see these again show up. Hopefully none of these will be moved around, but you never know with dates. More than likely some of these will be delayed. Some of them may come out earlier. That's rarely the case, but sometimes that happens. So I am going to put the date somewhere on the video, somewhere, okay? And of course the picture to the right, to the left of me. To the right of me, your left, whatever. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started, and let me know what you're most excited for in the comments below. So the very first thing we're going to be looking at is the Conan the Barbarian by Jason Aaron and Mahmoud Asrar. This is the deluxe edition, so it's an oversized hardcover, collecting the 2019 series of Conan, issues 1 through 12. Now, when this came out, I saw Asrar's artwork, and I thought to myself, man, this is going to look beautiful in oversized format. So sure enough, we get the very first volume in February. Green Lantern, Circle of Fire. Now, let me tell you all something. Anytime I see Kyle Rayner collections, I get excited. They canceled the Kyle Rayner Volume 3 collection a couple of years ago. Not enough pre-orders according to them, but whatever. This collects Green Lantern 129 to 136, the Firestorm one-shot, the Adam Strange one-shot, Adam, Green Lantern, and Green Arrow, Power Girl, and then the Circle of Fire issues 1 through 2. And that's one that still in the catalog, hasn't been canceled. It's an interesting collection because it's the big Circle of Fire event, and it's Kyle Rayner, so I have to have it on this list. Ragnarok, Volume 3, The Breaking of Helhelm. I think I can say that, right? Walter Simonson. What if he kept writing Thor and make him a complete badass with no freaking restrictions? It's crazy, it's insane, and it's Walter Simonson on art, writing it. Oh, it's awesome. I love the first 2 volumes. The third hardcover comes out next month. And of course, one that everybody probably saw coming, but I don't care. Uncanny X-Men, Omnibus Volume 4. We voted, that's right, Near Mint Condition voted for the direct market cover, so if you voted for it, pick it up. Collecting issues of Uncanny X-Men 176 to 193, the 8th annual Kitty Pryde and Wolverine miniseries. I love that miniseries. Despite of how people feel about Al Milgram's artwork, I don't care. Miniseries is so touching. X-Men and Alpha Flight, the 2-issue miniseries, and then material from Marvel Fanfare 40. Coming out next month. Oh my gosh, it's finally here. Then I can do my updated X-Men reading order if you all vote for it. Every month our Patreons vote for the next reading order, and I think for that month I'm going to put it between Superman and X-Men updated. And of course, that's probably going to take me a couple of months to do. The World of Black Hammer Library Edition Volume 2. So this collects the Quantum Age And then Black Hammer 45. This is the Dark Horse Library editions, and they're beautiful books continuing the world of Black Hammer. Superman, The Last Sun, the Deluxe edition. Stay with me. I know I wanted an Omnibus too. Collecting Action Comics 844 to 846, 851, 866 to 870, and Annual 11. Now, what's with the missing issues? Those are the Eric Powell Bizarro issues, so I'm not sure why they're not collected in here, because they are written by Jeff Johns. But this has the Last Sun storyline as well as the Brainiac storyline, which is freaking beautiful and heartbreaking. But I wanted an Omnibus too. But if the Deluxe edition is the route they're going to go and they keep bringing more out, then I guess I'm okay with that. At least it's Deluxe and not a standard size hardcover. Man of Steel. Don't worry, that's on here too. And Shaman King Omnibus Volume 1. I had the first 20-something volumes of this run, and I ended up selling them years ago. So I'm glad that they're releasing these in an Omnibus edition, 3-in-1 volumes. This one comes out the week of my birthday, March 16th. Oh, hell yes. Daredevil by Chip Zdarsky, Volume 1. Collecting the first 10 issues of the Chip Zdarsky run on Daredevil, coming out that same week of my birthday. This one's called To Heaven. So if you've not read it, oh, you're in for a treat. This is one of the best, consecutively, Daredevil has had some amazing creators work on him. I mean, we've had Frank Miller, we've had Kevin Smith, Brian Michael Bendis, Ed Brubaker, oh my gosh, Andy Diggle. Despite of how people felt about Shadowland, the actual Diggle issues were solid, I thought. Mark Waid, and then we got Charles Soule, which we're getting an omnibus of that. And now we have the Chip Zdarsky run. So for a character like Daredevil, he's had some hella creators working on him. I can't believe I just said hella. Oh my gosh, my kids will be proud of me. All my adult friends would be disappointed. Skyward, yes! Collecting all 15 issues of this wonderful series. I love Skyward. This is from Image Comics. This is the hardcover deluxe edition. And finally we get all 15 issues. And I've done a review of it. It's one of my hidden gems. So if you look back on the channel and just look up Skyward, you can see how I really feel about this story. And all 15 issues are going to be collected in this hardcover edition. Vinland Saga Volume 12. Every time I see one of these hardcovers, I get excited that we're getting closer to that end. This is a series that from Kodansha. It's a hardcover manga series. I believe it's two in one of these hardcovers. And I don't know if most people know this or not, but this series was canceled in America. And enough of fans wrote into Kodansha helping to save this. Because I think as of Volume 3 it was canceled. And then they were looking at it again in Volume 7 to see if the sales were there. But enough fans spoke up. Enough fans bought it. Word of mouth. It's one of my favorite manga. Top 20 if you saw my list. But if you've not read it, Vikings, violence, action, freaking badassness. It is Vinland Saga Volume 12, finally coming out in the month of April. And April, Barry Windsor Smith Monsters. This is the hardcover from Fantagraphics. This collection has taken him over 35 years to create. It was originally supposed to come out, I think, from Marvel. They said no, they passed up on it, and then he kept going back from time to time to make it. Other than that, I know nothing about the story. It is part family drama, part espionage thriller, and part metaphysical journey is the way this is described. But when you throw Barry Windsor Smith in there, drawing and writing, I'm all in. So it's a journey that I've heard about a lot. A lot of people have talked about it, but I know nothing about the plot, so I'm going in blind, but that's why it's one of my most anticipated buys. Flashpoint, the 10th Anniversary Omnibus. Now, I did the upcoming DC Collected Editions January to September, or August, I think. The video came out a couple days ago. And I had talked about this missing issues of Flash. But it's still Flashpoint. It's still a series that deserves to be an oversized format. And I did not pick up the Absolute because I kind of figured this would be more complete. And it is. I mean, it has all the Flashpoint miniseries. It has the Road to Flashpoint issues 9 through 12 of volume, 4 of Flash. However, it's missing the first 8 issues, Flash Rebirth. By the way, Flash Rebirth, the Absolute Edition, no longer in the catalog. I don't know if that means it's canceled or what, but I needed to point that out. But of course, I'm looking forward to this. This is a event that forever changed. Well, I'll say forever. For 5 years at least, changed some of the characters during the New 52. But it is the reason why the New 52 existed. That and DC editorial, of course. Oh, hell yes, I'm putting this on this list. Thunderbolts Omnibus. One of my most wanted Omnis of all time. When I made my video back in I think it was early 2019. I'll be doing one of those again, coming up soon on the channel. But collecting Thunderbolts 0 through 33, the annual 97, Distant Rumblings, the -1 issue, sorry. Incredible Hulk 449, which is where they first appeared. Spider-Man Marvel Team Up 7, Heroes for Hire 7, Captain America Citizen V, annual 1998, which is the Thunderbolts annual, really, 1998. Avengers 12, and then material from Tales of the Marvel Universe 1. Now, if you don't know anything about the Thunderbolts, then stay away from spoilers, stay away from the internet. Don't stay away from the internet, you can't. But just try not to look at what the story is about, because I think, to me, that first issue was a huge, shocking moment to a lot of comic book readers. Love this series. I hope it sells enough that we'll get a continuation of this with Fabian Niciez's stellar run on the book. JLA, The Tower of Babel, the Deluxe Edition. Now, I realize it's not an omnibus. It's not Mark Waid's omnibus. But if you picked up the JLA Omnibus Volume 1, this does have some of those orphaned issues. Not all of them, but the ones written by Mark Waid. So collecting issues 18 through 21, 32 and 33, and then 43 to 46, as well as annual number 3. Probably my favorite, absolutely my favorite Justice League story ever, and that is the Tower of Babel. That is collected in here. Mark Waid, I believe Brian Hitch was the artist on most of this. Oh, yes. Richard Starks Parker, the Martini edition, Last Call. So, sadly, we lost Darwin Cook a few years ago. And this is it. This is his final collection. On what was supposed to be, I think, 8 books, if I'm not mistaken, that he was going to be working on. But sadly, we lost him, so this collects his final 2. I don't know if the reprint of the first edition is out yet, the Parker Martini edition. But this is Richard Stark's Parker Martini edition, Last Call, so it's a follow-up to that. And I know they are reprinting the first one, so keep an eye out. So this collects the Score and Slayground in a beautiful, oversized slipcase edition, and it's the last work of Darwin Cook before we lost him. So very excited to finally own that. Oh, at this moment, I just want to remind you all to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. We put out videos every day. Let's get back to that list. Flash Impulse runs in the family. Hell yes, I'm excited about this. This is the first few issues of of Impulse by Mark Waid and Humberto Ramos. So collecting 12 issues of Impulse, the first 12 issues, and then the crossover event with The Flash, so issues 108 to 111. Mark Waid on writing, and Humberto Ramos with his anime style drawing the character. They had a lot of anime kind of influence artists back then, because I remember Mike Wieringo was doing a lot of the covers and then internal artwork on Flash himself. Also another great artist we lost. I said this would be on those lists, and of course, even though I wanted an omnibus, doesn't matter. We're still getting them. I love seeing more and more of these in the catalog. So Superman, the Man of Steel, Volume 3, collecting Superman 12 through 15, Adventures of Superman 436 to 438, Action Comics 594 to 597. We have the Earth Stealers, Annual Number 1 of Action Comics, Superman Annual 1, Adventures Annual 1, Booster Gold 23. I'm glad they included that because that was in the issues of Superman were in the Booster Gold standard size hardcover. And then material from Who's Who Update 1987 and 1988. Coming out June. So happy to see that back in here. I was worried that the first volume was going to be it, but then we saw Volume 2. There's Volume 2 coming out this month. And then a Volume 3. So of course I'm excited for it. The more these come out, the better off, And then they can do an omnibus. And I would be okay. Oh my gosh, quadruple, dipping in it 6-7 times. Neil Gaiman, Library Volume 3. I think this is the final one because this collects the Snow Glass Apples, The Problem of Susan, Only the End of the World Again, and Creatures of the Night. Whether he wrote the stories or whether they're adaptations of his stories, that's what these collect. And I know my wife is going to do an overview of all of these when they're all out. And they are beautiful with new art. I think by Fabio Moon. He does the covers for all these. Death or Glory, the Prestige Edition. Hell yes. Rick Remender and Bengal. Bengal is a European artist. A lot of his stuff has been printed here in America by Magnetic Press. Beautiful, beautiful artwork, and working together with Rick Remender. This is all 11 issues of that series in a nice hardcover format. So hell yes, I'm excited. I mean, it's not the only Rick Remender stuff. We're also going to get Low Volume 2, but didn't add that on the list because I'm more excited about this, even though I love Low. Love Low. The Flash, The Death of Iris West. This is the deluxe edition, collecting issues 270 to 284. Now, on the channel, I've stated many times that Silver Age, Golden Age, even Bronze Age, DC just isn't for me. But this is such a staple to the DC universe that I think I deserve to at least read some. I've never read any of this stuff. I've just heard about it. And honestly, the Flash that I've read from the Silver Age isn't as hokey as Batman or Superman Silver Age. Now, I did try to read Green Lantern Silver Age, and that wasn't for me. So I'm definitely going to give this a try. I don't know if... I think this is this has not been collected in an omnibus. No, that's not, because I think this is from the Silver Age stuff, so it has not been collected. Generation X, Epic Collection, Volume 1, Back to School. Of course I'm excited about this. Yes. Like, this is one of the last few books to be properly collected from the X universe. I mean, there's still others, like Extreme X-Men, of course, or miniseries. I mean, but we've had a Mutant X complete collection, like 2 volumes completed that Howard Mackie run. So this is Scott Lobdell, Chris Bacalo working together to bring in the next generation of X-Men. So it's the way that it's written, it's different enough from New Mutants that it's its own thing. I love the artwork. I love the characters. Jubilee joins the team. You have Husk, Skin, Sync, Mondo, M. Was that it? Yes, I think it is. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Then you have the bad guy, M-Plate, kind of like their Magneto. Gateway comes in for some fun. And then you have the headmasters of Banshee working together with a reformed villain, White Queen. And this is kind of where White Queen gets her redemption arc, which leads her to become, a fan favorite in Grant Morrison's run, eventually Joss Whedon's run, and look where she is now. So yes, of course I'm excited for this. It's the very first volume. Is it an omnibus? No, but not everything has to be. But I'd buy the hell out of one when they announce it. Alright, next up is The Flash by Mark Waid. Book 8. So, one thing I will say about this, after I talk about the content, is... So, the content is Flash 151 to 162, annual number 12, and then material from Flash Secret Files. So, it is missing one issue, which would have been nice if they just added it in here. And I realized that is Pat McGreal. That's his issue that he did. And it's not Jeff Johns, and it's not Mark Waid. So, it's not in the Jeff Johns collections, but 163 would have gapped those 2 runs together of Flash from Mark Waid to Flash from Jeff Johns, and I think that would have been great. There's still time, and the contents could be wrong from the solicitations. You never know. Fairy Tale Manga box set number 5. Of course I'm excited about this. That's the way I've been collecting them. I'm a big fan of the way that they are actually pumping these out. They gave up on the big deluxe edition, or the big editions, the 5-in-1. So at least they're seeing these through. I want to say there's one more box set after this, a box set 6, and that will be it. Middle West hardcover collection. This is one of my hidden gems when I talked about the trade paperback. This collects issues 1 through 18, and if you've not read any of this, you are in for a special surprise. I love this book. Magical world, magical talking creatures. Collecting all 18 issues, written by Scotty Young, drawn by Jorge Corona, and just a beautiful book. It's also deals with depression, teen angst, the relationship you have with your well, no, never mind. You know what? The least I say about it, the better off you are. Just checking this out on the blind. I think it's a beautiful book, and all 18 issues are going to be collected in a hardcover. It's coming out in June, so hell yes. Now, same day, one of my most anticipated omnibus this year, of course, Wolverine, baby. Omnibus Volume 2, collecting issues 11 through 30 of Wolverine, the 1988 ongoing series, the Wolverine Nick Furio Scorpio Connection one-shot, Jungle Adventure, that's the Mike Mignola story, freaking awesome, Wolverine Bloodlust, and then material from Marvel Comics Presents 38 through 71. Now, before you ask, are they adding Meltdown, the Wolverine Havoc? That's something David and I have been talking about back and forth. It's not a sure thing yet, as of this video, but they may surprise us and add all 4 issues of Wolverine Havoc Meltdown. That would be awesome. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the IDW Collection 13. Why did I put 12 on here? Well, because 13 means we go further than 12. And look at that cover. Who's that wearing that yellow bandana? This goes from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the IDW run 90 through 100. The best incarnation of Ninja Turtles to me. The 2019 Free Comic Book Day issue, and then the Macro series, Raphael, and then the miniseries. One that I have been waiting to read because so many people have talked about, and that is Shredder in Hell. Yes, I am so excited to have this in my collection. I think Volume 12 comes out next month, if I'm not mistaken. Fist of the North Star hardcover. Let me tell you something about the man with the 7 wounds. Now, if you're a fan of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, this is where that style originated from. That over-the-top 80s Mad Max style. Mad Max, yes, that's the perfect way to describe this. Fist of the North Star. Coming out in hardcover edition for the first time in America. Now, we've had Viz release these before in just traditional trade paperback. I call them trade paperbacks because those were the before tankobons. And then there was another Comics 1, I think, released the Color Master Edition, which goes for an insane amount of money. Don't even look that up. But now we get Buronson and Tetsuo Hara's masterpiece. Hopefully all of this will be collected. Volume 1 coming out in June. I am so excited about this book. You can probably tell. But when I was going to make my video of my most wanted manga that should be in hardcover deluxe editions, because Berserk really started this trend. I know there were others before Berserk, but Berserk was the title that just everybody grabbed, and it seems to be selling the best. So now I see other publishers wanting to do more and more. I was going to put that on there, and I didn't have to, because they're actually doing it. Man, you got another badass I'm going to be talking about, and that's Guts from Berserk. Deluxe Edition Volume 8. These 3-in-1 Deluxe Editions, you know I love them, and you know it's one of my most anticipated ones every month. I don't think I have to tell you every month, go and buy Berserk Volume 7, it's great. We're in the Conviction arc. Then we get to the boat. Yeah, anyway. But yes, Volume 8 of Berserk, of course. Kentaro Miura's artwork by now is freaking top-notch. Not notch. Uncanny Omar talked pretty one day. Top-notch. He has a bunch of... actually, during this time, I think he's got 3 background artists helping him, doing some of the inks and things like that. But... oh my gosh, his artwork and his story just keeps kicking ass. Predator, the original Years Omnibus. I think I'm more excited about Predator than I am Aliens. Now, Aliens Volume 2 I am excited about. That comes out in August. But this one here in July just has a lot of awesome stories that I've read I'm more familiar with. Like the original Predator series, the Predator 2 2-issue miniseries, Big Game, Bloody Sands of Time, Bad Blood. And it has stellar artwork too. So I am very excited about this. Hopefully we'll get a... I think there's enough for a Volume 2 and then an AVP Omnibus. That would be really cool. Alien vs. Predator, by the way. X Factor by Peter David Omnibus Volume 1. Our very first X Factor Omnibus. Of course I'm excited. Granted, I wish they had kept going from issues 70 to 106 right, to line up perfectly with the Phalanx Covenant. But I'm okay with a Volume 1 because it gives me hope that there's going to be a Peter David Volume 2, and that will be the X Factor Investigations. So in order for that to come out, this book has to sell. So of course, I'm excited for this. It has the War and Pieces crossover with the Incredible Hulk. So collecting X Factor 55, 70 through 92, Annual 7 and 8, Incredible Hulk 390 to 392, material from X Factor Annual number 5 and 6, New Mutants Annual number 6, and this comes out in August. A Silent Voice Complete Collector's Edition hardcover. I came so close to buying this. This is a blind buy for me, by the way, because I've heard so many. My buddy Gio loves this series from A Geek and Weekdom. A Week in Geekdom. Sorry, Gio. I always do that. Go check him out. Show him some love. But this is the collector's edition. This is a hardcover edition. I think there's going to be a total of 3 of these, if I'm not mistaken. But I almost came close to buying the softcover Tankobon box set that had all of them in there. but I'm glad I waited. Gideon Falls. Of course I'm putting this on this list. Now, the Amazing Amanda and I reviewed the first one, and we thought it was okay. It wasn't great, but I think it got so much better in Volume 2 of the trade paperback. And now we're going to get all 16 issues collected in this hardcover. And I heard a rumor that both Lemire and Sorrentino are going to do a follow-up to this, if I'm not mistaken. But that could be just a rumor. Oh, yes. What's Michael Fat Cat Collection Volume 2? Collecting the remaining missing volumes of What's Michael, a book that was off the catalog, we thought was canceled, and now it's back on, coming out in August, so I'm very excited for that. Next up is Transformers, the IDW Collection, Phase 3, Volume 1. Omar, why didn't you put Phase 2, Volume 12 on here? Well, because we know that's coming. But the fact that they are committed to this series and we're getting a Phase 3, Volume 1, and a lot of people are like, they're not going to do Phase 3. They're just going to keep calling it Phase 2, Volume 13, Volume 14. Nope. Phase 3, Volume 1, baby. Collecting Revolution issues 0 through 5. Transformers to R1, Transformers Action Man, Transformers More Than Meets the Eye, Revolution, all those are one-shots, by the way. Transformers to R1, issues 5 through 8, and Revolutionaries, issues 1 through 4. I cannot wait to own this. And wrapping up this series is, of course, this series. Is this a series? No. Wrapping up this video is Batwoman Omnibus. So, collecting Detective Comics 854 to 863, Batwoman 0. Batwoman 0 through 24 of the ongoing series, and Batwoman Annual Number 1. Greg Rucka writing at first, and then J.H. Williams taking over writing duties after Rucka walked away, but still drawing the book, and J.H. Williams' artwork is the main reason to own this. This comes out in October, and I can't wait to have it in my hands. I love this book. I don't have the deluxe edition of the Detective Comics stuff, because I waited, because I was like, surely this character's popular. This was, oh my gosh, this was 7 years ago when I was like, surely enough, this character's popular that we're going to get an omnibus one day. And finally, after being canceled twice, it's back in the catalog, coming out in October, knock on wood, we actually get it. Now, this takes place during that weird transition period of pre-Flashpoint and then post-Flashpoint. So before New 52, after New 52, there are no changes at all. Like, nothing is retconned, and she doesn't start over with a new origin story or anything like that. But that, as they say, is that. Oh, wait. And when these books come out, please don't forget to check out our sponsor, CheapGraphicNovels.com, your online source for collected editions up to 50% off retail price. Cheap Graphic Novels prides itself on excellent packaging, so your stuff gets to you in excellent condition, and they have amazing customer service. Check out their bargain deals for up to 90% off cover price. And for all you Minties that are watching, if you're a first-time customer, don't forget to mention that Near Mint Condition sent you their way for a promotional credit on free shipping on your next order. Now, this is only for U.S. customers. CheapGraphicNovels.com, your source for the hottest books with deep discounts, customer service, and excellent shipping that will keep you coming back for more. And that was my list I'm really excited for in 2021. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this is not everything, of course. There's going to be more books solicited, books I can't talk about yet that I get to announce from Marvel. So stay tuned to the channel for that, for updates, to let you know when these books are coming out, if there's any date changes. Knock on wood, if there's any cancellations. Hopefully there won't be any cancellations, but you never know. Again, this was the Uncanny Omar. I would love to know what your most anticipated books are. Collected editions, whether they're trade paperbacks, complete collections, epic collections, oversized hardcovers, omnibus, absolute editions. Not that many. Gallery editions, library editions from Dark Horse and from Image Comics, or just oversized hardcovers or deluxe editions. Manga. Let me know all of that in the comments below. You all know I love talking to you all that way. Again, this was the Uncanny Omar. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit like, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications to let you know when our videos are going live. We can be found on Redbubble and on Patreon. Amazing ways to support the channel. Thank you again to our Patreons. And more importantly, please everybody, stay healthy, stay safe, and much love.